Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Quick look here again at ICP, double checking this descending trend. We're going to have to draw out a trend line here and kind of see what's going on. We discussed this yesterday just in summary within our community, but generally speaking, it's definitely not looking fantastic. We can see we're running concurrent with this 20-day SMA, still below that. We are coming into this support range though, which is kind of good news here. Consolation, of course, but generally speaking, the price shouldn't pull back too much further because we had this strong range-bound activity, tons of volume at this 1180 mark. So it'd be pretty safe to say that ICP should bounce here soon, but a lot of it hinges on Bitcoin stabilizing too, right? Now, Bitcoin hasn't been like super terrible lately. It's just kind of pulling back normal by only about 2,000 from 70 down to 68K is a close approximate. So all that and this, like, what in the world is this? Like a 12% drop in like 2 days? This coin is showing a lot of weakness, so we just got to double check a couple of things here, see kind of where we're at. Again, it's kind of crazy, like the thought of like who in the heck is shorting this coin, but truth is a lot of folks are selling, and they're probably the higher ups, the ones that have a lot of money. They're definitely not people like you and I. Okay, so quickly to note before we get started, do me a favor, hit the like button. Absolutely appreciate that. Join us on Twitter, Telegram, Discord, every possible platform we have available. Deeply appreciate that. And we'll go ahead and get started here. So looking at the $14 mark, that has been the bane of a lot of existence, right? $14 has been an area that has been difficult to cross. Again, we've had a liquidation there for a long time. In fact, if we look at the 1 month, if I recall correctly, that's been a liquidation level for quite some time, like 2.5, 3 weeks now. Okay, so that level is possible liquidity sweep once the price recovers. Right now, it's safe to presume that's not even on the horizon. We can presume as well that 1080, somewhere between 10 and 1080 is that next area of liquidation. So we're kind of in the middle of both. Really doesn't help us too much to understand the incentive of whichever direction we're going to be heading. But at this point, it's good to know, it's good to be mindful that those are going to be some key level resistances. They're resistances because like liquidation occurs at resistance levels. Liquidation, it's not the inverse of that, right? You don't have supports forming because of liquidation. It's kind of the opposite, right? So I like to mention that because some people were talking about that previously, just kind of wanting to get clarification. So let's talk about the daily time frame work way down as per usual. We're now below all moving averages once again, minus the 200-day SMA, okay? So the 200 is kind of averaging itself out at that 1150, 1160 mark. By the time it comes down to that level, if it does, we're going to see the average roughly at about 1160. So let's just go ahead and say 1160 is this common denominator. We're seeing that level happen a lot. It's that normal occurrence there right there at that lower range. So we've seen a lot of situations occur here where ICP is effectively retracing to that level. And now what we want to do here is draw out another trend line for larger periods of time, just kind of get perspective on this guy too, so we can pay attention to that one. But for the moment here, at this point, we can see this level here at about 1160, the likely bottom. Okay? Looking at RSI, we've had trouble closing above 50 in the RSI, honestly. We've had a lot of difficulty going above and below. Now that we're below, we can consider this to be bearish. I know, big surprise, right? The price dropped by 12% in 2 trading days. Of course, we're bearish. But stochastic is just now starting to swing down. MACD is trying to diverge. So a lot of reasons not to take a long position with this coin. Now I get the consideration, right? Oh gosh, I wanted to buy in at $12 a long time ago. I'm going to get in right now heavy. That's all well and good for a spot bag, folks. Trust me, I've got a spot bag too with ICP, but you don't want to just arbitrarily jump into a trade right now. You want to be careful taking a quote unquote leveraged position if that is what you're considering. Most people refer to leverage as a standard, so again, that's kind of why I put that out there. So let's go ahead and talk about the 4-hour time frame. We're below every single moving average. There's zero reason to consider a long position. The only caveat that we have here is the fact that anytime ICP comes down as low as as low as 30 on the RSI, it's common to see a bounce. We also see money flow index is extreme low. It's generally a consideration for a long position. So what I'm saying here is if you do consider a long right now, make it tight, watch it close, and low leverage, low position size. You don't go heavy on a trade like this. What I'm getting at is the price is common. It is very common for the price to bounce when it comes down this low, but it's not a guarantee. Okay, so just keep in mind that's like the one caveat we have here. The only consolation, if you will, for taking a consideration for a long position. That and the fact that it's kind of holding strong here at this 1215 mark, which is a recent support. Okay, so if you are going to insist on a trade, keep it tight. Pay close attention to it and watch it. The one thing we can recognize here too is that we're overextended. multiple ways. We've seen 1, 2, 3 nines in a row. That's a full, that's a triple down right there, folks. So again, we can't get any heavier than that. So what I'm getting at here is that anytime you see a 902 sequential, the price usually recovers from there. It goes sideways or back. We've seen 3 nines in a row with no consideration for the upside. So I'm speculating we're going to see a slight little bounce here, potentially a relief rally to get up to here, and then maybe even down further. It just feels absolutely bearish here, of course. Everything's kind of telling us that. But what I'm getting at is that there's nothing here telling us, minus that one slight constellation I shared with you, which shouldn't be a reason to take a trade, that there's no reason to take any trades at all. Like, this is truly bearish. Now, do you take a short right now at this level? Me personally, I wouldn't either, because it's like you're shorting into support. Because there is some support at this level between 1160 and 1220. So there is that. But the probability of the price action pulling back further, especially since Bitcoin kind of is trending towards that low 67K mark, I think there's a solid consideration to just kind of wait on the sidelines and chill out. So again, that's what the good conservative trader would do. Being like, just say the old me, the risky trader, I would consider a long based on us being overextended leading into a support level, and the fact that we are, if we take a look at TD sequential 2, you can see we're massively overextended. There shouldn't be any reason for the price to go any lower. Again, we don't know what's going to happen though. If Bitcoin drops, folks, we're going to see a mess here with ICP. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, just want to throw that out there so you guys understand that generally speaking, that can be an okay thing to consider, but I don't think it's worthwhile taking a trade. I would avoid ICP right now with a 10-foot pole. All right, so that's kind of where we're at there. If you're considering dollar cost averaging, I would say now, and then 1160, 1170 range right now in that area. Put some limit orders in there. Could get filled. You never truly know. Really just depends on Bitcoin at this point. Bitcoin continues to pull back. We'll see a bleed out from ICP further. Okay. All right, folks. Thanks again so much for watching. Again, Twitter, Telegram, Discord. Join us over there if you'd like. If you want to become a better trader, we have limited slots available, of course. CryptoCache.tech is a site. Link down below for my trading academy, community, and signals group. And last little bit of advice, folks. Make sure you use BitUnix. We trade ICP on this exchange. They are phenomenal. Awesome rewards if you use my link to register. $5,500 in benefit rewards there. Check them out, folks. I think you're going to love them. No KYC or VPN. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.